Hi everyone, I'm Allison from the Marietta Cobb Museum of Art, and I thought we could all use a really relaxing project today. So we are going to do just some watercolor on a piece of paper, and then we're going to put an ordinary piece of plastic wrap from the kitchen on top of it, and we're going to see what happens. So you're going to need some paper that can handle some watercolor. Heavier paper, watercolor paper is much better. You're going to need a watercolor set. Just a set like this is fine, but if you have nicer ones, you can totally do that. You're gonna need a paintbrush. I recommend a big one because we're going to just be rocking out with some abstract colors today. And then you're gonna need a roll of just ordinary plastic wrap from your kitchen. Cling film, plastic wrap, saran, whatever you want to call it. The first thing I want you to do is get a lot of nice, and some water, of course. You have to have water for your watercolor. So I want you to get some nice clean water on your brush. And if you've been with me before, you know this is wet into wet. We're just gonna coat the whole paper with some water. This will help the colors blend a little better. Now you don't have to do what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do some rainbow stripes because that is fun and easy. And it makes me happy. You can do whatever will make you happy. I don't recommend painting a picture though, because what we're gonna do is gonna do some weird stuff to it. But you never know, you might like to paint a picture and then put some stuff over it. The only thing is, we gotta work fast because the paint has to be wet still when we put our saran wrap on. All right, so I'm just gonna go, like I said, I am just gonna do some rainbow stripes diagonally across my paper. So I'm gonna get my colors in real quick first. Like I said, we gotta work fast. So I'm gonna do just a quick pass where I kind of get the shape in and some color down. And as you can see, you do not need to apply anything resembling technique on this. We're just having a good time. I'm just gonna get some color down, and then I'm gonna smack some more color down here in a minute once I've got some on the paper. Ugh, yellow. I always forget to do yellow first. Pro tip, kids, put your yellow down first, especially when you're working with watercolor. All right, got some reasonable amount of yellow there. We'll go back and make it a little more intense in a minute. That's barely showing up on the screen there, is it? Ah, well, you know what's there, right? We're gonna get some green in here. Whee! And a little blue and a little purple. I didn't leave myself a whole lot of room for purple, did I? It's too bad. It's one of the... We'll have to get some in there. So much orange, not enough purple. I feel like a traitor. All right, get some purple in here in the corner. All right, so most of these other colors, I am going to have to go back and get a little more color on here. Also, make sure that we're still nice and soggy when we put the cling wrap on. So get some red in here. I'm gonna be smart this time. Let's go straight for the yellow. There we go. And I am actually blotting my paintbrush on a rag over here that you just can't quite see. Got some yellow. We're gonna put some orange in. Oh yeah. So we want vibrant color. Color is what we want. Especially because it is gonna dry a lot lighter than we started. And the more color we have, the cooler our interesting plastic wrap texture is gonna come out. All right, green's on there, maybe a little more blue. Blue and purple though usually do pretty good. They have a lot of pigment in them. All right, so we've got our colors on there really good. If you want to blend them together a little better, you totally can. Like I am going to maybe get a little blue and gentle up that blue-green division right there. I've got some pooling going on. That's totally okay. It's honestly all gonna mix up here in a minute, so don't worry about that. Okay, so while it is so wet, your paper should be super duper shiny right now. I'm gonna get this out of the way. You are gonna take a piece of plastic wrap that is a little bit bigger than your piece of paper, and you are going to very gently drop it on top of there. Oh no, it's sticking. You want that actually. In fact, we are going to take our hands and we're going to scrunch it a little bit. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. So you want some bubbles in there. You see all these light spaces? Those are actually going to dry really cool. So I want you to kind of smush it around, maybe pick up a corner, see what you can make happen. Make a bubble. It's totally okay to manipulate it. You want that to happen. Now you might notice if you pick it up that you're picking up the paint pigment. That is the whole idea. All right, so we've got this squished on here. We've got some really good bubbles going. We've got some really, really neat areas. Okay, you're gonna take this and you are gonna let it dry. At least 3 hours, but overnight is much better. And I'm going to show you why. When you are done and you peel, let me actually wipe this up so I don't make a huge mess. Ta-da! When you're done and you peel off the cling film, you're going to have a really cool pattern like this. Now, you can take this and you can do a lot of different things with this paper. You can use it as the background for something. You can actually go back, and I did about half of this one. So you can see to here, I went back in and I started painting in the darker places where the plastic wrap was stuck to the paper. And I left the places where the bubbles were, I left those lines alone. It makes this really neat, abstract, almost stained glass look. So I only did this part so you can see this is how it looked when I took off the cling film, and this is how it looked when I went back in and darkened up some places. So you can do that. That's super fun. You can do one or both of these ideas on both sides of the paper and do our Sioux Sunny Park project. You could cut up your piece of paper and, oh yes, so you could use one of these and make a Sioux Sunny Park project out of it. You could cut up some pieces and make a paper weaving out of it. That could be really fun. You could even use it as a background for the Aaliyah Hurst fashion collage project that we just did. Or you could cut it into lots of little triangles. And again, you'd need both sides for this one. And you could do our Dale Chihuly paper sculpture piece with this. So hopefully this has been a fun extra project for you to spend some time doing. I hope you have a good time with it. I want to see what you make with your plastic wrap watercolor paper. So if you could hit us up on Instagram or Facebook. Our website is mariettakobbartmuseum.org, and you can find all of our social media there. And thank you so much for joining us today. Happy making!